Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Hi, everyone. I'm Annie.
And I'm Roni.
And I'm Hailey. I'm wearing the same sweatshirt as Ani.
Woo-woo.
And I'm Kelly.
Guys, and this is the Maker Meetup. We are super excited. This is week 2. So for any of you guys that are here for the first time, we thank you guys. And if you're here for the second week, we thank you guys too. We are so excited for you guys to be joining this Maker Meetup community, a place for us to shine light on this incredible artist community that we're a part of, right? So without further ado, let us do brief introductions.
Hi, guys. I'm Roni Langley. You can find me at rll.designs. And I do resin art as well as mixed media sometime. And I am drinking a martini.
Ooh, classy.
I'm Hailey. I am drinking vitamin water, and I'm a resin and mixed media artist. And I'll swing it on over to.
Hello there. I'm Kelly, and you can find me at KellyBelly62. I am drinking tea, but may or may not just had a tequila shot. So there's that. I'll pass it on up to you.
I think you did. Hi, everybody. Annie. You can find me on all social medias at Annie's Art Studio. I am currently having my 4th cup of coffee today. 4th. So energy is going to be high. So let's, I think, get into this. So last week, guys, we talked about every episode we are going to have an artist challenge. And there were so many of you guys that joined. We were super, super excited to see all your art. And Kelly is going to tell us the winner of last week's art challenge.
Hey there. So we are so excited to introduce our first of many Maker Spotlights. So this person, her name is Brianna Ray Art. That is her handle. And let's take a peek at what she made. Okay, right? Perfect, amazing job, Brianna. Thank you so much for showing us your beautiful art and mentioning us in your caption. She used the hashtag, the Maker Meetup, and so that's how we're able to see what she did. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. And by the way, every week we will be having a different Maker Spotlight. So stay tuned till the end where we'll show you what the next challenge will be.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's make this happen. Today's topic is going to be marketing and how to market yourself in our artist community, how to stand out, and we're going to talk about a lot of fun stuff. So why don't we get this started? Let's head over to Roni. And Roni is an expert at marketing her brand, right? So let's talk a little bit about the do's and don'ts in the maker community. All right, let's get right into this.
There's a lot. These are, I know all of us have been doing this for a while, and you don't come into it knowing. You learn the hard way along the way, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And we talked a little bit about this before, and we've all had like personal experiences with other people where like we kind of all know what not to do really well, and we learn some things that are good to do. So all right, when you're trying to make a community, there's so much to learn, and it can be really overwhelming. So when you join the community, you want everyone to support you as much as you're passionate. You want everyone to feel as passionately about your work as you feel about your own work. And I know we've all gotten this DM where it's like, hey, please go like all my posts and comment. If you could share my work to your page, it would be so helpful. And those are messages that we struggle with because we do want to be supportive and we love seeing people follow their passions. But do not go in someone's DM and ask them to post your work on their business page. First of all, you shouldn't be posting other people's work on your business page. It's just not good marketing. And if you're like spotlight, I love to spotlight other artists. Obviously, we're doing that on this show. But on my personal page, I only post my art. That's what's for sale. That's what I'm marketing. Like, that's what I'm creating. And I'm not going to post other people's work on my page because that's bad branding. and it would be confusing for people who see it out of context. So don't beg the artist community for support. And the way that you can get more support is really giving that forward. So absolutely go find pages you like and comment on their posts. Tell them what you love. Like their post, share it to your story if you want. Just don't ask for something with nothing in return. The way that I found myself in the maker community was that I was throwing all this positivity out, and then eventually it came all back to me. I was getting back so much more than I'd ever put in. And I know you guys have the exact same experiences. Like it gives back so much more than it takes, which is good. And another thing that we're all really big on is that you need to put your personality onto your page. A big do of the maker community is be you, be authentic, be personal. And there is a line. So a don't is don't be overly personal because that can get a little messy and so
Totally.
forever.
I agree.
Yeah, so don't get too personal, but absolutely showcase your personality. Somebody that I walk into Target, I see a print on the wall. I will never know who made that. I might love it, but I will never know who made that. And I don't care. But if I'm going to buy something from a maker, sorry, my dog is if I'm going to buy something from a maker and pay for custom work and support someone, I want to know their story. I want to know who they are. I want to know who I'm supporting their art. Yeah. And
people buy your art because of you as well. It's not just your art piece. Like they want a piece of you. They want to support you as an artist. They follow you to know you and your process. So I think it's super important for people to know who you are.
Yeah.
Amen.
Someone who likes your art will buy something once and have it and love it. Someone who buys your art because they like you, buy something at every restock. They'll be back when you change up styles. They want to be a part of the journey. So a big do is be authentic, be you, be personal. A big don't is don't be overly personal. Messy to yourself.
Yeah.
And then also I know a lot of people, we had somebody comment on the first episode or maybe one of the other lives that they were concerned about putting their face onto their page. Yeah. And I know that we all felt that insecurity because you go on the Instagram Discover page, and I don't know what you guys look like, but because I like a lot of fitness stuff, I'm seeing girls with the ideal body, and I'm thinking like maybe I don't fit into that, like maybe I'm not the beauty standard. And there is no beauty standard in the maker community. There's no standard that you need to meet. And when you see, we all know sex sells. That's just a marketing, everybody knows that. But if you're on your social media and worried that like not being pretty enough with your art is going to be damaging to your page, like that's just not the case, because the people who are going to follow you because you have a pretty face are not the people that's going to buy your art. They're not the people for you.
Also, Roni, interesting thing. Kelly today sent me Andy Blank's artwork, which is really interesting because Andy Blank is a huge artist. He doesn't show his face ever. That is his brand. He does not show his face, but I swear to you, he does it in the most creative ways. So you don't have to show yourself, but he'll hold an art piece in front of his face. He'll show the rest of his body. He won't show his face. He'll show his
personality.
Yeah,
character.
The back of him. Exactly. So you can play around with it, I think. And I love that. It doesn't matter what you look like. You can just get creative with it if you don't feel comfortable enough yet. And maybe one day you will.
Yeah. But there's no beauty standard to me is what I mean. It's just like, you don't have to look a certain way to be with your art and be who you are. You just
I love that.
And the world will accept you if you come in with confidence and if you're just like, this is me and this is what I have to offer. But also the internet can be a really dark and grungy place. And a big don't of the community is don't feed into the hate. Don't look at the comment and take it to heart. Don't internalize what strangers on the internet behind a faceless keyboard are saying to you, because they would never say that to your face, first of all. And they are irrelevant, just to let you know. They do not matter. The only people that matter in your community are the supporters.
Yep. Keyboard warriors do not matter.
Yeah.
It's easier said than done. I'm just
like,
it is. I just had that happen to me, you guys. I just told you.
It is. Yeah. It's so much easier said than done. But also, just a little something to help that mental switch over to this could be a positive thing is on TikTok, I posted a video of me doing a table, and all the comments were like, "You ruined a beautiful piece of wood." I'm like,
Okay.
yeah. All the
That's
woodworking
mean.
are just like, they're ridiculous. But all those comments were generating the algorithm that people were commenting on my piece.
Right.
They were coming back to comment with other people. People were arguing about stuff and like coming to my defense.
Argue away on all my posts, guys.
Join the comment section. Like that all boosts my post. Like I'm gonna get more views because somebody was spiteful.
Yeah. So we're talking about 100%. And so you're talking, like we talked about how there's so much haters, right? But also being part of this community, there's so much more. So the reason we say don't focus on the bad is because there is so much good in this community, and we are there for each other. And when you're part of this community, we do not leave you alone. So something really cool happened within the Maker community, and Hailey has a really amazing story. So Hailey, why don't you tell us what happened with your dad and the truck and everything that happened?
Yes, so I will make it short and sweet. But long story short, my dad has a truck that's literally 27 years old and barely works. Barely works. It's not even put together. Anyways, I posted a video about it on TikTok because my dad makes all of my wood for me that I paint on. So he's doing all this labor, and he never ever takes a portion of it, of the profits or anything. And I wanted to give back to him this Christmas season, and so posted a TikTok about my dad. It blew up. It went crazy. And I just said, if everyone just wants to donate $1 to my Venmo, I'll have enough to buy him like a nicer used truck. I made $7,224.
Madness.
So to get a new truck. And let me tell you, we're working on one that's like $8,000 right now, but we can figure that out, you know? But everyone, the positivity of this video, I honestly think that I had 2 negative comments, and the 2 negative comments that I received, people uplifted those people. I mean, some people said, I wish that I could do this, but I don't have a following. I can't even buy my kids presents for Christmas. And people were like, what's your Venmo? Like, what is your handle? What can we do for you? And I was like, oh my gosh, make a video. I will duet it, and I will talk about this, and I will be the first one to donate. And you guys can chime in here. I'm sure you've had the ripple effect happen.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's amazing. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Just like, I mean, but to show like the whole community thing, just like what Roni was talking about, when people know who you are. So when you had the situation, people were there for you. But if they didn't know who you were as an artist on your page, no one was going to care.
Right?
Exactly.
Said my dad needs a new truck and like explain the whole story, it would have meant nothing to people. They got to see your cute dad working on his truck.
Yeah.
Like it's that.
You should see your dad all the time in your studio with you, helping.
Like we feel like we know him.
Yeah, we know that he's a part of like your process, and he's a part of our community. Like it's just all crave that like personal intimacy with the people that we're supporting and that we love to support and that they love to support us. Like we just crave to feel closer to them, and the internet is a way to make connections where like location wise you would have never been able, like I would have never met any of you guys without the internet.
And that being said, I mean, there are so many things that we can do that don't have to be monetary. We can like each other's posts. We can like your guys' posts. I see you guys commenting on the side. If you have any questions, let us know. But like, we just want to give back to you guys, and it's just a whole big circle of giving back. And there's so many ways you can do it for free. I'm sure we've all posted the little square on our Instagram stories of free ways to support creatives. You just like a post, you can save a post, it boosts it in the algorithm. Follow people you like, watch their stories, just share and comment on them. And if you genuinely like something, don't scroll past it, like it and say you like it. It'll make them feel good too.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day where we were saying like, you know, the people that will comment are regular commenters and people that show us love. Oh yeah, we know them.
I just my name, and oh my gosh, this is so funny. So I have a regular that's in my comments all the time. Like she'll like comment back to my stories and stuff.
Yes.
Always so sweet, and has been trying to get a piece from me for the past like 3 or 4
Oh, I
years.
saw this.
Yeah. So she asked, like, she was like, when are you going to have the circular ones? Because my last restock only had square ring dishes. She was like, when are the circular ones coming back? I was like, I don't think I'm bringing them back for a while. And then I was out shopping for like my materials, and I remembered that this person who's been supporting me probably for like a year, and not monetarily, just being positive, commenting on my stuff, liking my posts, my stories. Like, I thought of her, and I was like, I'm going to buy a circular ring desk so that I can make one just for her.
Yes,
Definitely.
and I love that. I also wanted to bring up something that Ani has done to bring the community together to also raise awareness towards the Armenian war that's going on right now. And she's really brought the community together to not only get creative, but just bring awareness to situations that are important that we should care about. So Ani, if you want to talk about that, you can go right ahead.
Yeah, so we just talked about with Hailey, like how the community came together and raised all this money for her dad's truck. Now, another way that the community will come together is to come and help, not actually like just donating money, but awareness. So we started this really, really huge project, and we needed tons and tons of help. We were making a 10-foot by 8-foot mosaic made out of cans, and we needed the labor. We needed help. The community came together so strong about this. They came and they helped, and it's the only way we kind of got the project done. And on top of it, members of my community that didn't know about this war, they supported me and shared information just to spread knowledge. So it just goes to show you that, again, it doesn't have to be money that the community comes and gives you, not purchases. They can emotionally support you and things that are important to you. So just super, super important, But again, it's because people knew who I was and I'm authentic, right? So, me and Kelly talk about this all the time of how you're supposed to be you and how authenticity is important in the maker community. So why don't we, go to Kelly and she can tell us a little bit more, because she's 100% herself. And very good role model for this.
It doesn't smell fake a mile away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So being authentic is such a huge part of the creative process, having fun, social media in general. I mean, really you should always be you, because that's really fun. It's fun to be yourself and, kind of get to know people who are also showing their true selves. So I think something that's really cool is when you're on social media and you see people, trying out new things. Like, let's talk just about the creative community, actually trying new processes, showing your failures. Everyone's going to make mistakes. Like, none of us are perfect. And I know social media, Instagram, really, you always have just like this perfect look, this perfect piece that it's all done, but no one ever sees your failures. I think it's so huge to actually show that to your followers. And it's also good for you to look back to see, oh, wow, yeah, I had to work through this piece. Like, it didn't come easy. Like, I really had to work through this one. And you kind of have that documentation to kind of look back on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I just said, heck yeah, and you do that. I mean, that video you posted the other day where you messed up like a vinyl sticker and you're like grayed out the screen and you're like, whoops, and you showed the of fixing it, getting it back off, how to fix it. It was amazing.
Yeah. That we're normal. And that's the thing. People sometimes look at us and they see our numbers and they get scared. Like, we're untouchable. No. Like, we mess up. Like, Roni showed like her mess up. I show my mess up all the time.
Yeah. Like, I get so often that I'll go through my DMs and I'll be replying to everyone and I'll get, oh my gosh, you saw my message. And I'm like, yeah, like, I see everybody's message. I always reply. Like, I've got a big account and I got big love for all these people that are making my dream possible. Yep. But yeah, the mistakes, I feel like it's so encouraging too for people that are just starting.
Yeah.
And maybe they're looking at their work and thinking like, I'm not good enough, and seeing mistakes as walls that they've hit. But if we're showing the authentic process where it's Kelly forgot to tape the bottom of one of her pieces, and
I was going to mention that. So just the other day, I forgot to tape the bottom. And I had it started up a conversation, and I had multiple people, message me and say, okay, well, what do you do now? Like, how do you fix that? I actually did that to my piece, and I don't know what to do. So it's so good because it starts a conversation, and we can actually help to educate. And if I don't know the answer, well, maybe someone around me in this amazing community steps in and helps me find that answer. So it's so good, just like showing all of your failures, all your mistakes, and then your awesome pieces that come out of it.
Yeah.
That's such a good
If I've made a mistake, like the negative has already happened. I'm already there. If I can turn that into a positive for someone else where they can learn, maybe not make that mistake, or they can just see something authentic and not feel as bad about their own mistakes, then I've turned a negative into a positive for somebody else. It's a positive now. Like, I will overcome this mistake. And I'm hoping that my experiences, and I know you guys all put it out there, you're hoping that your experiences are encouraging and uplifting other people.
And that kind of brings it back literally full circle around to where Kelly said people were DMing her like crazy, like, oh my gosh, I did this. How do I fix this? Bringing it back to the first thing we talked about, sometimes we don't have highlights and stuff on our page showing how to do this or that. And you do have to ask us. So by all means, we understand sometimes you do not see like an answer to a question you literally have, and you can just ask us and DM us. Most of the time, also a tip for if you are also a creative person, just if you want to like let other people know that there are things that you do, like tips and tricks, put them in a highlight. And then if you don't see them, direct them to the highlight.
Yeah, I really like that. Have you guys had like a really bad oops? Like, what's your worst oops project? Like
well, one of my most recent oopses was a coaster set I was working on with foil that completely, I mean, it just
remember that.
Just haywire. And the thing is, it turned into a whole nother project, and people were saying that was their favorite piece out of
that video has like, tell me if I'm wrong, that video has about 500,000 views, maybe more by now.
It has more, yeah.
I love that.
Okay, see, people love to see that. People love that you're normal, that when you're machines that create like perfectly produced artwork. No, we mess up all the time.
One of the projects that I did recently that went like micro viral on TikTok was I was doing a surfboard, and I felt like I hadn't been able to push my wave all the way back before it started filling up. And so I was like, I'll just put a little back there and push back instead of like doing it from my original waypoint. And I put it on, and then I hated it. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to take it off. And I couldn't get it off because it was already gelling up. I was like, I was literally stressing out. I was like, I'll heat it up so it's more liquid. And then I burned it.
Oh,
immediately. And I was like, this wasn't ideal to, I've made this as bad as it can get.
Yeah.
But I was honest about it. And I was like, watch me turn my mistake into something beautiful. And I covered it up. And it looked great. And everyone loved it. And the comments were always like, when you're authentic about your struggles, people are always encouraging. Now, there will be naysayers still, but most of the people in the comments it was beautiful the whole time. Like, they
love it.
So it was, though. I know the video. It was beautiful the whole time.
Yeah. It was something you want to do in person. You might feel a little different, but the internet was so kind to me when I was struggling with mistakes. And what Hailey was saying about like asking us questions, we all have big accounts, but we love to connect you guys, and we'll answer questions. But another don't of the community, do not message someone a question that is easily answered on their profile. All of us, every single one of us, puts out our materials. I know me and Hailey, and do you, Ani, have a website link? Yeah, we all have website links where it is our entire material list so that you can see exactly what we're using, exactly what brands, and they have links that take you right to the store so that you can buy it. Please don't
do a little bit of homework. I mean, if you want us to give you our time and not get paid for it, at least do a little bit of research and say, listen, I looked at all this stuff. I looked everything up. Now I have a little baby question. If you can give me your opinion, not just be like, I need you to explain everything to me. I hate those.
Yeah.
Just I don't have the time or energy to do it. And I don't need
if it's a quick one answer thing, I'll answer it. Like, I'll be like, oh, moss epoxies, I use moss. Like, it's totally fine. But if it's like, how did you like do something in depth? I'm like, oh gosh, this would take me so long to like type out. But one of the other things really fast that I messed up on was I literally forgot to put the wax on a sculpted panels like border. So I like resined melamine to a piece of wood. And so like 4 layers of it, of resin. And I was like, oh, and it was a heart and it was so cute. And I was like, how do I do this? I don't even think I videoed it because my camera was full of memory, but I was in the backyard freaking heating that thing up in the sun in the summer. I took a hammer and I'm hammering it off. And so that was like my most recent.
And as we all know, Kelly, taking that stuff off hurts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Every other clip, like, ow!
I was literally in pain.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
But to like sum that point up, before you ask us to spend our time helping you, please help yourself to the resources that we've already provided. It's just like a kindness that you can offer people who have already like outreached kindness to you by giving you those resources.
Yeah. So guys, we've talked about the Maker community, how to be part of the community in the correct way, do's and don'ts. And again, I think one of the biggest things, guys, be yourself and you will be more than welcomed into this community. There's no way to get in or out. You're part of it. So just be a part of it and you will show, guys. So everybody, this was our second episode. We are super excited. Now, something that we didn't mention earlier for you guys to know is that you can watch all of our episodes on our YouTube links on the Moss live stream page. So anytime you go on there, if you missed the first episode, you can go back. We're talking about a lot of really important information, so you can always come back to these videos. So that is that. But for our next week's art challenge, Hailey created this really, really awesome interactive graphic that is going to be on the right over here. This
we all messed up
right there. So this graphic, guys, is going to be on our Instagram stories of the Maker Meetup. Now, the whole point of this is that we want to spread love. We want to spread love through the Maker community. We want you guys to let us know some of your favorite makers. We want to also know your goals for 2021, and that is going to be the one that we're going to share throughout the week and do a spotlight actually next week on our favorite goals that you guys are going to have for 2021. Guys, again, thank you so much. We're going to sign off.
Make sure you tag us in the story post. We won't be able to see it. You have to tag us down. You can like put it over the script, but you have to so that we can see it. Otherwise, we won't know that you posted. We really want to see you guys' goals.
Yeah, so last week was the hashtag. So this time you guys actually tag us with our handle so that we see it in our DMs so that we can keep track of all of them.
And that in the background has a special treat for us. Let's watch Kelly get injured.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
These are just little ones. Ow. Ow. This is not fun.
That's a lot of little stuff.
Ow. This is happening. Ha ha. Ow. Stop. That's so tight. Ha. Oh. Done.
I can't. It's my favorite video ever.
I love it.
I still have the scars.
We obviously like embarrassing ourselves on this Maker Meetup show as well.
I love the like, you were like, yeah, I figured it out.
I was like,
Ow!
I was standing next to you, and I was like watching and learning from you. So I was like, okay, gloves.
You have the gloves.
I had the gloves.
Yeah, there was a single pair of gloves. And
I felt so bad. I said you can have one.
I think this is a great way to end episode 2, guys. I'm Annie.
And I'm Roni.
I'm Hailey.
And I'm Kelly. And again, thank you guys so much. We see all of your comments that you guys are posting. We appreciate you guys so much. And thank you again to Brianna Ray Art for your amazing piece that you did for the Maker Spotlight.
We'll see you guys next week.